Welcome to Nanda Hobbs and the opening of our next exhibition called Titanic by Sydney artist Carolyn Zilinsky. In recent years, Carolyn's been in a number of curatorial prizes, including the Silman Prize this year, the Darling Prize in Canberra, the National Portrait Gallery Portuguese Prize, and is one of the really exciting artists on the Australian painting scene. For me, her work relates on so many levels, and for our time at the moment, she's probably one of the most on-point artists working anywhere in the world. Themes of isolation, adversity, social justice are all very important ideas that the world has been dealing with for some time, but have come into sharp focus certainly over the last couple of months. So we have Carolyn here today, and before we get into it, just so everyone understands, you can come and visit the show. We are open, and it is beautifully hung on the walls of Nanda Hobbs. So Carolyn, congratulations. This is very exciting for us. The work's amongst the most enigmatic things that I've come across in many years. Can you tell me a little bit about the title, Titanic?
Well, I was actually going to call the show Us and Them after this painting, but and you know, we had a discussion around it being in October, and then when it was suggested to move forward, I thought, well, the world may not actually exist in October, so best, you know, do it now. And you know, it felt a bit like shuffling deck chairs on the Titanic, like we're all going to sink. We don't, you know, this is only the beginning of the virus. We don't know if the world's ever going to be around by October, and it was kind of that idea of like, you know, what do you do as the ship goes down? You keep playing the violin, and yeah, it's a bit like...
It's interesting because the Titanic, you mentioned the keep playing the violin, the Titanic, and there is a sense of hope in that.
Yeah.
You know, so the guys that are playing the music on the Titanic kept a level of calm in that, and it's one of the key themes in this work for me is that there is a sense of hope in your work, although there's also an incredible rawness as well.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's almost like the external world now matches like my internal world, which is you know, catastrophic, on the brink of extinction and riddled with disease. So it's the idea of hope. Well, like I think a lot of the characters in the paintings have just by coincidence, like they've overcome like extreme adversity, and I think like a lot of people do in their lives, you know, have to grapple with that, and it's like how they have been sculpturally shaped by their circumstances, and you know how that manifests into...
So the way these figures appear is the manifestation of their life experience.
And I guess it's how do you capture that in a single image? Like it's not only how do you capture a person's like external appearance, but you know, like how do you bring to that their life story, and you know, all the experiences that shape them. And I also think people in real life, like you carry your burdens physically, so you know you end up being, you know, contorted. Then
there's these extraordinary patterns, whether they be shadows or patterns of clothing or in many cases lack of clothing, but mattresses, not mattresses, carpets and what have you. Tell me about the space that you're creating. How is that reflective in your discussion of the person that you're painting?
Well, so each, in the portraits in particular, like what I go to the person's house and I do an initial sketch, and then it's like, how do I extract certain elements? But it's very much I work on one painting at a time, and it's almost like it's a silent communication between me and the canvas, and it's this gentle negotiation of how...
Pushing and pulling.
Yeah, how this person wishes to appear and come to the fore, and it's you know, like so it's like a fight to carve out an existence almost.
In the painting itself.
Yeah. And like with I think the patterning usually is extracted from like a carpet and that, or you know, some sort of pattern that was in the, you know, initial visit. But it's also like how that carpet accentuates the person's personality, and the whole patterning is kind of like, you know, I think like as people we really attempt to weave, you know, like some kind of structure to our lives, and you know.
Carolyn is an artist that has certainly captured the imagination of curators around Australia for her work, and I invite you to engage with the exhibition and enjoy the commentary and also the beauty that's inherent in the realism that she portrays.